first 50-lapper for the NASCAR Modifieds.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
As the sun sets here in the city of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Gladiators have entered the building, and by Gladiators, I mean the drivers of the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division. Let's give you the starting lineup for the first of twin 50-lappers for the Modifieds. Starting on the pole, the driver from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, the Hayes Jewelers, number 83, it's the Rocket, Tim Brown. To the outside, the Wahlberg Pizza Grill, number 75 from Wahlberg, it's Lee Jeffries.
Next, you'll have in the Q104 car out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In the 04 car, Brandon Ward. Outside of him, out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina, in that Citrus Safe Peanut Patch car number 1, the ace, Burt Myers.
Starting 5th tonight from King, North Carolina, the Shooting Targets, number 10 for Mike Speeney. To the outside, the QRC HVAC and Refrigeration, number 4 from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, 41-time winner, Jason Myers.
Next, you'll have in the Williams Trucking out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, the showstopper in the car number 16, Chris Fleming. Outside of him, out of Walkertown, North Carolina, Breakfast Time 07 of Riley Neal.
Starting 9th will be car number 9, the L&R Transmission Machine for Kyle Southard. To the outside, the number 69 Black Sand Company Machine for John Holloman the 4th.
Next, in the Greg Butcher Trucking number 5 out of Pofftown, North Carolina, Randy Butner. Outside of him, in the L&R Transmission car number 23 out of Clemensville, North Carolina, Brian Lofton.
Starting in lucky position number 13 is the young, talented rookie from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, 4th-generation driver. In the Big Ben Gable Enterprises number 6, it's Slate Myers. To the outside, the driver from Monroe, North Carolina, in the units, 00, the Flying Taco, Danny Probst.
Next row, in car number 35 out of Louisville, North Carolina, Brandon Butner. Outside of him, out of Jonesville, North Carolina, in car number 77 of Susan Harwell.
Starting 17th tonight, the man in the Mount Airy, North Carolina built machine, Peterbilt on the side of that race car, it's William Crab Smith. And to the outside, making his first ever start in the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division. In a Myers Brothers number 8, sponsored by Racing Electronics. Give it up for the Dirty North, the radio god from Scarborough, Maine. It's Kevin Hughes.
You won't find anyone better in the racing business and radios as Kevin Hughes.
That's right.
For sure. Starting shotgun in car number 41 in from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is Corey LeVay.
The Flying Beret, Corey LeVay. And you know what was funny? I told Kevin Hughes, I'm like, if you go out there, you better just do me one favor, okay? Beat Corey LeVay's time. And he did, by almost a full second, actually.
He sure did. It's good to see Kevin Hughes doing this. It's pretty awesome.
Great person, has done so much for racing, not just in radios. You know, he's one of the head honchos over there at Racing Electronics. But, you know, from his days racing in the state of Maine, street stocks, to owning cars for guys like Bobby Meismer, who's won here, pretty incredible.
Kevin Hughes, anytime I had some Racing Electronics issues, which is very rare for those radios, he is very quick, very, very generous, and very knowledgeable when it comes to those radios.
Well, there is the number 99 car of William Crab Smith.
Now, Matthew, how do you get a nickname like that?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, it's an interesting story. But let's talk about Crab's car right there, the number 99. Hey, Crab's 73 years old, so he could be nicknamed whatever he wants. A really cool fun fact, though, about Crab Smith is he was a former hauler driver for Richard Childress Racing, teams like the Wood Brothers. And he has a bunch of really cool old trucks, some really cool old cars. But, hey, he's been an owner since the 70s of Williams Trucking, okay? That's his, Crab Smith's trucking company, Smith Trucking, excuse me, has been around forever. And Crab Smith has been around for a long time, a very respected modified driver. But you asked about his nickname, Crab, okay? Let's just spell it out for you. at the beginning of his trucking career, they didn't know what they were doing. They're going up and down the road, he and a partner, and trading off, and one would sleep in the back sleeper cab. Well, they didn't realize they had a wool blanket. And if you've ever cuddled up with a bare chest like to a wool blanket, it's not very comfortable. You get a little itchy. So his truck mate there woke up and he was itching everywhere, and he said, "Dang it, Crab." He goes, "Dang it, William. You sure you don't have, you know, that creepy, crawly, shelled creature?"
Oh, wow.
And they laughed about it, but from that point on, his friend gave him the trucker handle, Crab.
Crab.
So that is William Crab Smith.
Because he thought he had that creepy crawly thing.
The creepy crawlies.
All right.
He didn't have the creepy crawlies.
Interesting.
It was a wool blanket, but it makes for an interesting story. And one of the great characters of Bowman Gray Stadium sat on the tailgate with him today, having a conversation with Chris Fleming. It was great to see Jeremy Gerstner back from that severe crash in New Smyrna Speedway in NASCAR Modified Tour action. He walked in the stadium with his own 2 feet, no cane, scooter, but we had a great talk with Crab. I love talking with him on the phone. I love sitting here and having a water with him on the tailgate. He's guys in modified racing.
Absolutely. Him and the showstopper Chris Fleming and Frank Fleming. They're listening to them tell stories. We could have been there all afternoon. Just great history there between the three. And that's what it's all about. Characters. Characters makes the Madhouse.
Characters do make the Madhouse, and you see the last car crossing the finish line there. That's my buddy Kevin Hughes, and God, I love this. Nobody is more excited about making his modified debut, and here's the thing. He's not looking to set the world on fire tonight. In practice today, he said this is a bucket list thing. To get behind the wheel of one of these mighty modified 600 horsepower, these cars are absolute beasts, and being a lifelong racing guy, he respects that. So, you know, he's not going to go out here tonight and try to set the world on fire at all. He is just being respectful. Awesome that the Myers family is enabling him to cross this off his bucket list.
And I can tell you, I've actually got to cross it off my bucket
Yes.
list of getting in a tour mod. And it's nothing like getting on that loud pedal of a tour type modified. It's amazing.
Well, he did tell us too, it gave him greater respect because he's raced a tour mod, he's driven a tour mod at Hickory, but it's different here. The tires are harder to handle. They're narrower, and he actually said this place is so tight that it gave him a huge increased respect for a place that he already loves. Anyway, we're setting the pins. We are ready to go. NASCAR's original division. Tonight, the Thunder Road Bar and Grill Twin Modifieds 50s are set here at Bowman Gray, because these are the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower.
They didn't like that start, Matthew. We're going to come back around. We're going to re-rack them. NASCAR up here in the tower did not like that start.
Here we go. Re-rack them, re-stack them. Myers to the inside, Jeffries to the outside. The Thunder of the Modifieds awakens Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Green flag.
Green flag stays out as they go into turn one.
Oh!
Jeffries gets popped by Myers. We've got Myers that just popped. Jeffries going in. And we've got both Holloman cars of Brian Lofton and
the Flying Taco also.
The Flying Taco. We got John Holloman involved. Oh my gosh, right here off the start. Earlier tonight, it was already, the tone was set, and the madness just poured into the 50-lap modified event.
Wow. First lap, first corner. Burt Myers gets into the backside of the number 75. He goes around. Oh, boy, you said it before. It's hot. It's sticky. It's a summer night. The drama is building here at Bowman Gray Stadium.
It's hot and sticky, but as far as the track itself, it's hot and slick. And I'm not sure what happened there going into turn one. All I know is that orange chrome horn, orange chrome. Did you know they made that?
Yeah, well, we got the Flow
replay.
Racing replay. This should show us here.
That is the original
That's the first start.
Yep,
that is the first start.
That they did not like, so we'll rewind and go back to the other. That was not the start that the tower did not like, so they re-racked them and stacked them back. But to me, when I looked up, I seen Burt get in there, got in the back of Lee. Lee could not hold on to it, spun it around. field behind them checked up. It looked like Holloman and Bryant, both Holloman cars tangled. It's an unfortunate event, but look.
Here we go. Flow Racing replay. Outside is Lee Jeffries.
Oh,
he washes up high.
Yeah,
he pushed up high, slowed down, and Burt got into the back of him.
So I'm not sure what happened there with Lee, if the car just was not handling going into the corner. But like I said, it's hot and slick out there. Lee Jeffries goes into one. It did not turn. Burt Myers' car, he's been in a whole nother universe with that car. It gets around this joint no problem.
Well, that knocked Burt back a few spots as well. Now Burt is relegated to the 5th, 6th position.
As you can see, Burt's got a little bit of damage there on the left rear.
Oh, yeah, great point out by our cameras.
It shouldn't be bad. Great shot there from the flow cameras. But
Elgin Trailer with that shot right now.
Shouldn't be too bad there to hinder him of anything. But look, hey, just because it knocked him a few spots back, we're talking about Burt Myers here, and we're talking about cone restarts. If you want somebody that's mastered the cone restarts and gets this outside line working, there's your man right there, Burt Myers.
Well, Burt Myers with a 48-point lead, a stranglehold on the Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division here at Bowman Gray Stadium in a very dominant season. He's got 3 wins on the season. Lee Jeffries, who just spun to his front bumper, a 2-time winner this year, the only 2 multi-time winners here in the Modified Division so far.
See there, both Holloman cars are back out on the track. We'll see how they do. Again, it's only 1 lap on the board. You've got the cone that's fixing to come out by Matt Garrison.
Oh, cone.
Everybody's going to be able to choose here.
So let's set this up for the fans that are not watching here. The leader gets first choice, inside or outside. Everybody else gets to choose inside or outside behind them.
And if the car behind Tim Brown feels like they feel froggy, they feel like their car is set up right, they'll jump on the outside, which Brandon Ward in that Q104 car has.
Interesting to note, your second row, Speeny on the inside, Chris Fleming on the outside. Those drivers have some history, folks.
That is something to watch there. The second row of Mike Speeny and the outside of him of the showstopper. This is going to be interesting, boys.
Chasing history is the driver leading you to green right now. Tim Brown side by side with Brandon Ward into the south turn. Wheel to wheel, modified excitement. Tim Brown, give him the lead.
The rocket showed why they call him the rocket as he shoots out like he was in a rocket there on that restart. He gets the first spot with Brandon Ward on the second.
Burt Myers on the outside for 4th position. Burt Myers charging hard on the top side of Chris Fleming. Side by side, they go through the north turn. Now Myers settles into the 5th position.
Myers showed that the outside line can work. We've got 3 laps on the board. We got Tim Brown right now sitting in front of Brandon Ward. We got Mike Speeny being on the back bumper of Brandon Ward going in the middle of turn 3 and 4.
Speeny has been very aggressive. Speeny has also been very fast. A good grouping of finishes the last time out, 5th and 6th. His last 2 performances here at Bowman Gray Stadium, he's got a 2nd place finish at all as well. That sand-colored number 10 has been fast. To the backside of him is Chris Fleming, rounding out the top 5. Burt Myers coming to lap 6.
That sand-colored paint scheme is an Army paint scheme, and he's here to do battle. They took a win away from him because they disqualified him for mufflers, Matthew, and he's wanting that win. He wants his name. He's wanting his name back in the record books.
Oh, he gets a little froggy there, a little into the grass there. This is a tough racetrack to get around. We were talking about it. You hit those turtles, the little bumps on that light gray strip that you see around this racetrack. There's little bumps called turtles. Or you even get below that and you get a left front tire on the grass. Totally upsets these race cars.
If your car is already driving upset, you can use those turtles as your advantage. But if it's on a rail and you happen to hit those turtles, it could be your disadvantage. As you see, Burt Myers, a little bit of damage right there on the left rear. It looks like it's not hindering him. He's settled in right behind the showstopper. He doesn't want to push the envelope too much on the showstopper. Them two also has history. A little bit of kitty litter being thrown there last year. And right now you see Tim Brown still has a lead on Brandon Ward. You got Mike Speeny still putting some pressure on Brandon Ward with 10 laps on the board. Tim will come around to complete lap 11.
39 laps to go. Right now you look and say, well, Tim Brown's got this puppy. He's out front. But remember, if you have a caution flag in front of this packed audience here at Bowman Gray Stadium, you have double file choose cone restarts. You saw it the other week. Tim Brown was pretty comfy at the front of this field, and then it got away from him.
I was just about to tell you, he has been in this position before, and some of his fans wanted to chalk it up. That was going to be a win for the Rocket, and
The historic win.
The historic win of showing him that he's the king of the Madhouse, but it was quickly taken away. So right now he's hitting his marks, he's being smooth, but he has that in the back of his head.
He wants this race to be clean right now and have very caution flags, because restarts here at the Madhouse are, well, absolutely hair-raising and spectacular. Right now, the number 83 coming to lap 15 leads Brandon Ward, Mike Speeney, Chris Fleming, Burt Myers, and Kyle Southern. Randy Butner behind him, and Jason Myers behind Randy Butner.
Kyle Southern has got a good sixth place run going for him with that LNR transmission car. And right now you've got Tim Brown that sees lap traffic in front of him. Brandon Ward actually likes that because he could use that to his advantage to get around Tim. He can use the Crab, William Smith, as a pick, Matthew. This could be detrimental for Tim.
It could be. Crab Smith is they're approaching the lap machine, well, about to be lap machine, the red number 99 of Crab Smith. Let's see how the 83 gets around him here. Coming down the back straightaway, here comes Brown to the outside, gets by Crab Smith smoothly. So does the rest of this field. 19 laps on the board.
19 laps on the board, and that time Crab Smith was not a factor, but they will at this pace come back around and meet Crab Smith again, I'm sure. So just let's keep that in the back of our heads later in the field, in the race here with 20 laps on the board. Tim's got a little bit of a distance.
Yeah.
And Brandon Ward.
He does. He stretched his legs there. The driver of the Hayes Jewelers 83, his brother Ben Brown, usually the crew chief on that car, has been recovering at home. He did a little bit of hospital time, a little sheet time. Ben Brown, my not moonshine hookup, my sun drop hookup. Sorry, Ben Brown. A lot better than moonshine is sun drop.
we see what's on your mind, Matthew. By the end of the night, we will want to get in the moonshine. Trust me, because I still have it in my gut that tonight's going to be one of those nights. And right now, I promise you, there will be a caution again here, as you see Mike Speeney getting on the back bumper of that Q104 car. Brandon Ward's got a little bit of distance from him and Tim. They might not be handling quite right since the beginning of the race, but Mike Speeney, he's got that Justin Link set up on a hookup right now, as they'll come back around and they'll see halfway down this 50-lap modified feature. The battle on the track that we're watching right now is Speeney. Reminder to you on the top of your screen, there is no timing and scoring here at Bowman Gray Stadium, so you don't see a lap count. You don't see a field rundown right now. Well, that's because this place is, simply put, old school. Old school. It's got full of nostalgia. It makes Freddie Kraft throw up nostalgia. Well, right now, Mike Speeney still beating on the back bumper of Brandon Ward. Brandon Ward's going to have to pick it up or either move over, let him by, and then hopefully Chris Fleming, the showstopper, lets Brandon in. But right now, Mike Speeney putting on the pressure. He wants that second spot because he knows in these races here, a caution usually ends up coming back out. Will we see one though? Will we see one though? I mean, we're coming to lap 29 here, and it's historically the 50s. You see a few cautions, but right now, smiling ear to ear has to be the driver, that Hayes Jewelers number 83, powered by Pulliams. That's right, powered by the hot dogs, baby, the best hot dogs in Winston-Salem. That 83 is up front. Fluorescent orange and blue chrome wheels, and the fans right now are starting to get the sense that they might be witnessing history tonight. You see, Tim Brown is tied at the top of the all-time wins list with Jimmy Johnson, the sportsman great, at 98. Yellow flag. No, we thought there was a yellow flag coming out, but there is not. 31 laps on the board, and Tim Brown, I still think he's got that in the back of his head. It can have the rug ripped right out from under him as it has this season, but he sees Crab, William Smith in front of him. He's going to play a factor if Crab makes it difficult for Tim to get lap traffic. As we see back here, we see Butner getting some pressure on Neal. breakfast time. 07 car telling Butner, let's go. We got to go.
Oh, Crab right there gets in the grass. A little tough time for those competitors to get around that lap traffic, but they do. Brandon Ward has now closed in on your leader. The battle is on in the north turn. Ward is closing in, coming to lap 35.
35 laps on the board. The rocket completes, but I told you, caution, I told you, a caution would come out. Looks like
debris. Crab Smith's car went into the grass, throwing some dirt out on the track. I believe that is what this caution is for.
Yeah, out of 4. Reports is grass got on the track when Crab dipped it down in the grass. Gave the landscaping crew here at the stadium less work they have to do Monday. But that played a factor there for a moment. Brandon Ward ended up catching Tim because of Crab. That lap traffic played a factor. So now we get to see the cone come out. They're going to re-rack them. Double file restarts are always entertaining here. And you've got to think, Tim Brown, the Rocket wants that King of the Madhouse name. And he's sitting on the hot seat right now. Cone is out by Matt Garrison.
Let's look at the cone. Let's see what happens here. I think Brandon Ward's going to go to the outside. It'll be interesting to see what happens behind him. The showstopper goes to the outside of the Speeny machine. Burt Myers stays on the inside. Real no net gain to go anywhere else. Besides that, Jason Myers hops up and takes the outside instead of Kyle Southern. So move the number 4 car up 2 spots into the 6th position.
Now remember, that second row has got history this season. Mike Speeny and the showstopper Chris Fleming. That may play a factor with the points leader that's right behind them.
14 laps to go. 13 as we click the green. Brown out to the lead. Brandon Ward in second. Battle is on.
Oh, we got trouble. Trouble in turn 1 and 2. We got Slate Myers and the Flying Taco.
The Taco's around and the Cilantro coming out of turn number 2. Slate Myers got involved in that, but he rejoins the field. There is that beautiful 00 hand-painted numbers and sponsors on that car, and one of the coolest fire suits of any race car drive in America.
We were walking in the driver's meeting today, and
he got his ears lowered, man, too.
He
looks good.
Lo and behold, in front of us walking in was the Flying Taco.
He held the door for us.
He did. And
Doorman.
You couldn't miss
look
him.
at the damage, buddy.
Yeah, that's not good. That chrome horn is sticking straight up there. Unfortunate for him. But he would, look, hey, he's Mr. Nice Guy. He got the door for us. That fire suit, the Flying Taco. We got the cone coming out. We're going back.
We ain't wasting time.
No, sir.
We're not burning laps.
Let's see if Brandon Ward takes the outside again.
Yeah, he's going to take the outside. Repeat of the last restart. As far as these cars positionally, Jimmy Absher, former street stock driver, wheels the modern Chevrolet pace car. Slowly.
Stadium stock.
Stadium stock. Thank you. So sorry.
He was a multi-time winner here at the stadium.
And right now he dips it into the end zone. All the fans are on their feet because these restarts are something else. Green flag is out. Can Ward hang on the outside? No, he's going to dip down behind him and try to get that second spot. Now the battle is on for 3rd position. Speeny on the inside. The number 16 on the outside. Little contact there.
There's history between Speeny and the showstopper. As showstopper is hung out high and dry. Speeny looked like Speeny got into Fleming there. Not quite sure. But right now, Fleming is back 2 spots after that contact going into turn 3. 39 laps on the board. Tim Brown in front of Brandon Ward. Brandon Ward got a little bit of distance between him and Speeny. Speeny doing a great job tonight. That car is hooked up.
40 laps on the board. 10 laps to go. The driver from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, chasing history at the front of this field. Tim comes off of turn number 4. 9 laps to go. Will he become the all-time greatest, the all-time winningest driver?
You've got to think, Matthew, Tim Brown is getting nerves through the roof.
It's been 25 years since Jimmy Johnson's last win, that 98th win. May 22nd, 1994, 99. Justin Mincy coming in hot with a great stat. Well, in a few laps, we'll know. Will Tim Brown be alone on top of that wins list?
Next time by, it'll be 5 laps to go. As you see Tim Brown's fans start standing, they can feel it. We can feel it. We're witnessing history tonight. I know a man that wanted to capture that all-time winningest title first before Tim, but it doesn't look like that might happen tonight.
He's sitting in fourth.
Looks like the Rocket is going to give Burt Myers a front row seat to that title.
The fans know what they're watching right now. History here about to unfold at Bowman Gray Stadium if we stay green. Tim Brown, the number 83.
Tim Brown will come around and see 2 laps to go. You know his nerves are going through the roof as he comes around to complete lap 48. Next time by, he will see the white flag and also see Crab Smith, the lap car. Hopefully that doesn't play a factor.
Coming to the white flag is Tim Brown. One more quarter-mile trip around Bowman Gray Stadium. Around a football field, so many great competitors have shown their talents. But tonight, history as Tim Brown, the Rocket, rockets to the top of the all-time wins list. Tim Brown, the Hayes Jewelers car, has the crown as the all-time winningest driver at Bowman Gray Stadium. The Rocket has done it.
The king of Bowman Gray Stadium, all-time winningest driver, Tim Brown, the Rocket.
Win number 99 in the storied career of the driver from Tobaccoville, North Carolina. Hayes Jewelers, powered by Pulliam's Jerry Hunt Supercenter, and this is a victory lap that will go down in history. Fans right now saluting. Will he end up the greatest of all time? We don't know. This generation, he might be. Who knows who will surpass him someday? But in the storied history of the Madhouse, right now, it is undisputed. The man on top as we take off our hat and tip the cap to Tim Brown. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam, who will pull the pill for a little bit of a redraw, I believe. But let's go down to Randy Pulliam as he gets on the mic and gives us a very historic interview. Tim Brown, win number 99.
The second 20-lap event for the losses of John Barrow Sportsman Series. Keep your eyes on the video board. Number 16 is what he drew. He will start 16th in the second 50-lapper. The top 16 cars will be inverted for the second one. Let him hear it, race fans. Tim Brown climbing out of that hot rod. Tim, you were so hungry, I know you were. First win of the season. It had been almost a year since you visited Victory Lane, but I know it's got to feel great to be back.
Yeah, it does. First off, I got to thank my God and Savior for giving me the opportunity to do this. All the soldiers that keep us free for this country. I want to thank all the dads and wish all the dads here Happy Father's Day. And my dad up in heaven and my grandpa. And it's kind of bittersweet here. My wife and kids are at the ball game, not here. So my brother, he's at home sick. We love you, Ben. Wish you was here. Man, it's something else here. Got to thank Todd Hunt, Jerry Hunt Supercenter, Bruce Hayes, Hayes Jewelers, Ray Mock Power, Pulliam's Hot Dogs, Traffic Control Safety Services, Duggan's Welding, Exodyne Valve Train, all you guys up there, thank you for all y'all do for us. Ray Mock Power, my God, this thing will run, and it's Exodyne Valve Train in that thing eating. I'm telling you, it's just Bilstein Shocks, Brandon Miller Profab, just Hilton, Hawk, TI Designs, Pro Systems, Magnus, Mobile One, just everybody that does this thing. They work their guts out. We love racing here. And, man, 99, one more to 100. Wow, that's cool. And Eddie Hare, a buddy of mine, has had heart surgery. And give a special shout out to Mike Jano and his kids. They're here tonight somewhere. And just everybody that believes in me and this race team. And I got to thank all these guys right here, because if it wasn't for all these guys, we wouldn't be here. We'd be doing this. So, again, thank the Lord for all he's done for me. He's blessed me. And Megan, Cam, and Marley, I miss you, babies. Love y'all. Which y'all are here.
Tim, I know. Tim, I got a question for you. Obviously, if there's anyone that knows how to pull off the double, it's you. But I know you would have liked to draw better than 16th, but if anybody can do it, you can. You were the last one to do it.
Yeah, being that I'm the only one that's ever done it, I got a good shot at it, right? So we'll just get out of here and go try to do the best we can. Getting a win this year is huge for me and this race team, so we're going to enjoy this and then go do the best we can here in the next one.
All right, Tim, Zeno Marshall has got some hardware for you over there. Tim Brown picks up his first win of the season.
History, win 99. Now Tim Brown sits alone atop the all-time wins list at historic Bowman Gray Stadium. His first win of the season. Let's take a quick break on Flow Racing. He's got one shot tonight to maybe get to 100 in the second 50 lapper. But let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with Sportsman Race number 2. Oh, this is going to be a doozy. The glory of twin features is that when drama happens at the beginning of the first, the second one gives you that little feel And right now, the feel is in the air as the Sportsman cars get ready for their second 20-lapper. Here is the starting lineup. In the Harkey litigation, number 21, starting from the pole, is the Walkertown, North Carolina driver known as the Tiger, Tommy Neal. To the outside of the number 51 machine from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, it's Austin Taylor.
Next row, out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, car number 55 of Zach Orr. Outside of him, in the car number 22 of Wesley Thompson.
Starting fifth in the ever-ready mixed concrete, number 19 from Yadkinville, it's Michael Adams. To the outside with a strong third-place run of the first race, the number 38 of Mitch Gales.
And out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in car number 31 of Chase Robertson. Outside of him, car number 03, the first winner of tonight's Sportsman race. Out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Sterling Plemons.
Starting ninth, the number 12 car, KevinSaysYes.com, the King, North Carolina driver. Justin Taylor to the outside. A.J. Bernies, all the way from New York, now in Mooresville, North Carolina.
Next row, a car you need to keep an eye on. He might have some drama from the first race. Car number 0 out of Lexington, North Carolina, of Kurt Sheets. Outside of him, car number 15 out of Lexington, North Carolina, T. Dawson.
The Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, number 37, starts 13th. The 37 of Chris Massey. To the outside, Connor Branch's number 7. Chase Lewis in the number 11 starts 15th. The 43 of Brendan Lee Brendel. The last row, Braden Mills will be in the number 23 car. His car could not go. The 23 is Braden Mills. 20 laps for the law offices of John Barrow Sportsman Division.
We've got a back to healing health of the Tiger Tommy Neal sitting on the pole as they come around. They'll get the green, a good start. NASCAR gives a thumbs up, says it's a good start. Austin is on the outside there, hung out dry with Wesley Thompson on backside. Wesley Thompson gets a little loose there coming off of 2.
The battle is on for second. Now gives second position to your points leader, Zach Orr. Now the battle is on further back. Michael Adams. Now here comes the 31 of Chase Robertson to the bottom side to move into the top 5. Now single file they go. Further back in the field, Sterling Plemons is on the charge on the outside. Your race winner of race number 1 is on the go. But now up front it is the 21, the Tiger, Tommy Neal, with a mirror full of Zach Orr.
Tiger, Tommy Neal, and Zach Orr got a little bit of history there. As Tiger Tommy Neal looks like his car is hooked up going into 1 right there on the bottom. And we've got Michael Adams that's going to be in 3rd now. He sees Zach Orr and Tiger Tommy Neal racing hard. He's hoping they kind of bring up bad blood and get some contact. That way Michael Adams can get up there.
Well, there goes Chase Robertson. Austin Taylor is moving further and further to the backside. Here comes the number 31, Michael Adams, is now moved into 3rd position. 4th position, Chase Robertson. 5th now, the number 51, who's under fire by Wesley Thompson. The 51, the 22, side by side they go down the back straightaway. Here comes the 22. Right behind him is the race winner of the first race.
We
the
got
03 caution.
Car out of turn 2.
A.J. Bernies has spun.
24 in turn 2. Looks like he lost it coming off the turn 2 area there. Track looks clean once he gets back turned around. I believe Jimmy Brown and the crew, best track crew here in America, will give the thumbs up. And right now we've got Tiger Tommy Neal sitting first. We've got Wesley Thompson and Austin Taylor.
There is the number 51 car of Austin Taylor. And guess what, folks? He is this week's Flow Racing driver profile. Is the driver of that beautiful number 51. Won his first race ever at Bowman Gray Stadium. Oh, that was great to see this year. The driver of that number 51 get his first win.
Austin Taylor is the brother of Justin Taylor, which is 1 spot behind from Austin. Mitch Gales is sitting in between them. Looks like the field, Tiger Tommy Neal is going to get 1 to go here with 6 laps on the board. And you got to think, Matthew, there is history between the top 3 there. Tiger Tommy Neal, Zach Orr, And the heartbreak from last week, Michael Adams.
Oh, he needs to rebound after that week, not just for points, but just for the momentum of the 2024 season. He sits in third position right now and arguably one of the fastest cars on the track. Right there, the Tiger, after a tough race one, is your leader. Getting ready for the green flag are the sportsman cars here at Bowman Gray Stadium. The fans are leading over the stadium facade as the green flag waves. The 21 is your leader. The 55 to his backside.
Tiger Tommy Neal brings the field around to complete lap 7 with Zach Orr going into turn 3 and 4. Nice and smooth on the bottom. Gives him a little love tap there, but Tiger Tommy Neal keeps it straight. Tiger Tommy Neal's car is handling much better here, taking these corners. Right there, stuck on the bottom as they come around and complete lap 8 on the board.
Tommy Neal, your leader. 8 laps down. Third place right now is Michael Adams. Fourth place, Chase Robertson. Wesley Thompson's car is in 5th. All the way up to 6th place is the winner of the first race, Sterling Plemons.
Sterling Plemons, he's right there behind the 22. You got to think if the 22, he went on the back end there on the back behind the field house to work on that car. It was overheating going in there. He's running pretty good here. We're completely halfway here. We've got Chase Robertson. He's putting the pressure on Adams. He backs off as Adams is sideways.
He let him save it. He let him save it. He got into him, got him sideways, but then he let him save it. More contact in the north turn. This is a great battle between two very talented race car drivers. Michael Adams in the black number 19, the black number 31 of young Chase Robertson, the champion of 2023 in the sportsman division. Here he comes to the backside again, a little bit of daylight. They get together. Here comes Chase Robertson to the backside, and Adams lets him have the spot.
Adams let him have the spot there. That was textbook driving there. He's probably points
Veteran.
racing. Awesome driving there by Michael Adams, letting Chase go. He knew Chase was faster. He said, okay, go ahead. Make me a pathway. I'll follow you. And right now, he's settling behind him.
Battle Royale behind him. Here comes Sterling Plemons. Get your boots on. Plemons is marching to the front.
Plemons has got a car underneath him. He's on a rail, and he wants to be one of the ones that is the few that has won both races tonight. And right now they got lap 14 on the board. What he needs now is a caution. And I'm telling you, if we do see a caution, he's going to be there as they come around for 5 laps to go.
Hey, a 1st and a 5th would be a pretty good night in the twin 20s here for the sportsman division. Battle is on right now. You see Justin Taylor, the zero hero, to the backside of the number 12 machine. Oh, the 12 is so down low. He's almost in the grass right there, protecting that valuable real estate. More valuable than Baltic. Here comes the zero hero, though. Kirk Sheets to the backside of that car.
Kurt Sheets, he's driving mad from earlier in that incident. He puts the bumper to Justin Taylor. Tell him we've got to go. I got a faster car.
This is a great battle.
He's there door to door with Justin Taylor. Hangs him dry. Oh.
Taylor tries to drop down low, but Connor Branch was there.
Connor Branch said, no, sir. He has stuck him on the high side. It's 18 laps have been completed.
2 laps to go. And now the attention swings back up front. The Tiger, Tommy Neal.
Tiger Tommy Neal comes around. He will see the white flag with Zach Orr about a car length behind him. We've got Chase Robertson's got about 4 car lengths on him. Is Tiger Tommy Neal. He is back from the sickness, feeling great. Comes around turn 3.
Tiger Tommy Neal, one last chance by Zach Orr. He gets into him, but no. Tiger Tommy Neal gets the win.
I'd say he's feeling a lot better now. Tiger Tommy Neal was ill last weekend.
Yeah.
Sat out, had Jonathan Brown in it.
It's great to see John Boy back in the sportsman car. Second time last week, second time this year. But Tiger Tommy Neal, a very popular win here at Bowman Gray Stadium as the driver of that Harkey litigation. Jerry Hunt Super 21. The window net is down. And the proud family and friends and crew members will be joining him in victory lane.
So this is the
53rd win of Tommy Neal's career. Tommy Neal. This is a very familiar sight.
62 career wins for Tommy Neal.
Holy.
Ties A.J. Sanders for 8th all-time. Stat by Justin Mincy. Thank you, Justin. And tonight, I got to say, you know, Plemons in that 03 was on a rail. He was the winner of the first Sportsman, and then he gets a nice top 5 finish. A great night for him. He was coming in tonight, 3rd in the points. Good points run for him tonight. Yeah, we like burnouts here at the Madhouse. Tiger Tommy Neal, he is back 100% since last weekend getting sick. He's not sick tonight as he takes that Polish victory lap, famous by Alan Kowicki. Has that famous Bowman Gray Stadium checkered flag in hand. Many, many legends have carried that, and Tommy Neal being a legend that he is, the Tiger is your winner tonight, the 2nd Sportsman 20-lap event. Tommy Neal's fans, he's got some fans, he's got some haters. The balance is, it's hard to tell here at the Madhouse. But these Madhouse maniacs, they were, like them or hate them, they were on their feet. As we'll go down to Randy Pulliam to get the interview from tonight's 2nd Sportsman winner.
As the Tiger gets unbuckled, preparing to exit the cockpit, if you love him, let him hear it. If not so much, let him hear it. It is the Madhouse, the Tiger, Tommy Neal. Tommy, that feels pretty good. Yeah, Tommy, do it again. It's hot out here. I know you got to be hot. Tommy, you were a little under the weather last week. We missed you. But what a way to come back. This has got to make you feel a lot better, I'm sure.
Oh, it sure does. I just thank my Lord Jesus Christ first. Happy Father's Day to all your fathers out there. Mine did go on, but I wish he's there with me. Happy Father's Day to Mac. Lil Mac, Big Mac, all my guys, Brian, spotting a hell of a job. My fiance, my beautiful baby, all my crew, they work their butts off on this car trying to get it together. It's just, it's phenomenal. Alliance Insurance Group, Parkland Litigation, Walkertown Mill, Brad's Golf Cars. How about them MLP cars? 1, 2, baby. Beach Bum Beach Houses. Everybody contributes to this car. It's a whole lot, and this is a family deal right here. We don't have no big time stuff.
The Tiger does it. Career win 62, 53rd in the Sportsman division. Oh, what a night for the Tiger. Let's take a commercial break because the Brad's Golf Cars NASCAR Modifieds are ready for their 2nd Twin 50.
This is how they roll off. Starting 19 for Winston-Salem is the number 41 of Corey Levin. Starting 18 from Jonesville is number 77 is Susan Harwell. Kevin Hughes, the car number 8, will roll off 17. The winner of the first event and 99th of his career from Tobacco Hill, rolling off 16th, the number 83, the Rocket, Tim Brown. leader coming into the evening, rolling up 13th, car number 1 of Bert Myers. Starting 12th, the car number 4 of Jason Myers. Starting 11th, from Mount Airy, the car number 16 of the showstopper, Chris Fleming. And now your top 10. From Walnut Cove, the car number 9 of Kyle Southern. Starting 9th, he was a winner last Saturday night from Auburn, car number 75 of Lee Jeffries.
Hot summer nights and the hot modifieds have hit the track. That's right. The NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds ready for twin race number 2. Let's give you the starting lineup. On the pole, the Greg Butcher trucking number 35 from Louisville, North Carolina, it's Brandon Butner. To the outside in the L&R Transmissions, number 23 from Clemens, it's Brian Lofton.
Next row, out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, it's the Crab. William Smith in that car, number 99. Outside of him, out of Monroe, North Carolina, it's the Flying Taco, 00, Danny Probst.
What a nickname, row. Next row, third row, inside, Randy Butner from Pofftown, North Carolina. And to the outside, the young, talented rookie from Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Fourth generation driver in the Ben Gable Enterprises, number 6, it's Slate Myers.
Out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, it's the number 69 of John Holloman. And outside of him, out of Walkertown, North Carolina, in the breakfast time 07 machine of Riley Neal.
Starting 9th in the Wahlberg Pizza and Grill, number 75 from Wahlberg, North Carolina. It's the great Lee Jeffries. To his outside, the L&R Transmissions, black and white, number 9 from Walnut Cove. It's Kyle Southern.
Next row, out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, it's the Showstopper, car number 16 of Chris Fleming. Outside of him, out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina, it's one of the Dirty South, number 4 of Jason Myers.
Speaking of the Dirty South, starting in lucky position number 13 tonight is the brother of Jason Myers from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, in the number 1, the ace, Bert Myers. To the outside in the it's number 10 from King, North Carolina, starting 14th, Mike Spini.
Next row, out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is the Q104 car of Brandon Ward. Outside of him is the one that made history tonight as the all-time winningest driver here at the Madhouse. Out of Tobaccoville, North Carolina, it's the Rocket, car number 83, Tim Brown.
Starting 17th tonight from Scarborough, Maine, making his second career modified start here, the Dirty North. Folks, it's Kevin Hughes. To the outside in the 18th spot, the number 77 from Jonesville, North Carolina, the lovely Susan Harwell. And bringing out the rear of the field will be the Myers Brothers Racing number 41 entry for the Flying Beret, Corey LeVay.
Tonight has been nothing less than spectacular. We've had history being made. We've had zeros to heroes, losers and winners.
Hurt feelings,
drama.
That's a typical Bowman Gray Saturday night.
Typical Madhouse. And right now we've got the second cone race, 50 lap of the hot modifieds. We had a nice some entertainment, say the least. Maybe some cars that was handling a little bit slower before in the first race is now up front. The ones that were faster back in the rear.
Yep. Well, there he is. 99 alone at the top of the heap. You talk about race car drivers here. People like Richard Petty, who won his 100th race here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Hall of Famers like Bobby Allison or Curtis Turner, or modified greats like Perk Brown and Ralph Brinkley, Junior Miller. The list just goes on and on. But right now, at top of the list, and he's got to have a big smile on his face right now, knowing that when the green flag drops tonight, he's already alone at the top of that list over Jimmy Johnson, 99-time winner, and he has a chance after 50 laps to make it 100.
As you see right there in your screen, Brandon Butner actually selects to go to the rear of the field.
Oh.
Also, William Crab Smith selects to go to the rear. So that puts Randy Butner and Brian Lofton on the front row. And also puts John Holloman in third, Slate Myers in fourth.
Oh, Slate Myers starting on the outside in the 4th position. He slides up. The Flying Taco will start third. There it is, the front of the field right there. Randy Butner in that number 5 machine. The white and orange number 5. Brian Lofton to the outside in that number 23 car, Brian Lofton, a veteran of the mod ranks here at Bowman Gray Stadium. He is a 6-time winner.
He's got his name in the record books here with some wins. Him and his teammate, John Holloman, Superman, will be starting behind him. Those two cars had an unfortunate incident in turn 1 on the very first lap of the first race.
And Brian Lofton, a second-generation driver. His father, Bobby Lofton, you know, for so many years raced here, but his son right now, Carson Lofton, Southern Modified Racing and the Smart Modified Tour, a 5-time winner out of 7 races. He actually just went up and ran Stafford Motor Speedway as well before they got rained out the other night. So this is a family of modified racers. Brian Lofton starting on the outside of the front row. Can he get it done and get win number 7?
Brian Lofton, if you look back and think back, he can make some starts and restarts interesting here at the Madhouse. He's a veteran here. He knows how to play the game sometimes with these starts. But he's got nice guy Randy Butner on the inside of him. We're going to see if any games are played on this initial start.
Justin Mincy telling us that this is Brian Lofton's 126th career modified start at Bowman Gray Stadium. He has 125, so this will be 126. I can count.
I can't count. All I know is
okay.
1, 2 Earnhardt. I'm sorry. That's all I can do.
You said that before. Are you getting old?
I'm getting old.
I'm the old guy in the booth. Come on. Don't be trying to leapfrog above me, friend.
Brother, you got to remember.
Brother, let me tell you, brother.
This body hit the ring. Hit the ring. I don't know how many times my head hit the ring. So at least put 20 more years on the age that I am now. I'm not even going to tell you the age.
If you and I were tag team partners, because Jeff Bunton, by the way, used to be a professional wrestler, you'd have the spandex and baby oil on. I'd probably use butter.
Butter.
Yeah,
You would.
Butter makes everything better.
You would. Butter.
Anyway, you know what makes things better? When you see that 1 to go. Yes.
1 to go. We got 1 to go. It's a cone race. It's 50 laps, and we're already talking about baby oil and tights.
I've got to tell you what. There's one thing I love better than baby oil and tights, and that's NASCAR modified racing, especially around a football field, especially in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, on a Saturday night.
You see Coney there? You see Coney? He's waiting to be put out there to cause some drama.
These are the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. The Modifieds, green, race number 2 for the Twin 50s.
Great start by both competitors there. Brian Lofton keeping a strong outside run. He's trying to clear Randy Butner. He's going turn 3.
Wow.
He does clear him, slams the door. Brian Lofton sitting in first with Randy Butner, Mr. Nice Guy, sitting in second.
What a charge for the outside for the Clemens, North Carolina driver. A big charge on the outside to gain the lead over the veteran Randy Butner. Butner this season, he's won one of the Twin 25s on the second race of the night. Right now, he is in second position. John Holloman in third position. Danny Probst in fourth. Lee Jeffries in fifth right now. Probst in the grass.
We got Probst in the grass. He's knocked some on the track. I don't know if he'll bring out a caution if it's enough, but we're still under green.
Lee Jeffries is all over him, buddy. Lee Jeffries, that number 75, the white machine, all over the backside of the 00 right now.
Lee Jeffries is running angry. He got taken out the first race tonight. He wants to get up there and give a challenge to the top runner right now, Brian Lofton. He's hammering the flying taco. He's not a taco fan right now, I can tell you that.
Tacos, burritos, quesadillas, I don't know if he's a fan of any of them right now, but right now, the number 75 is in the P5 spot. He has Chris Fleming now to the backside of that number 75, the number 16, the black number 16. Jeffries now goes to the bottom, possibly some trouble on that number 75 car. Here comes Fleming to the outside. Now, Burt Myers goes to the outside of the number 75. Myers to the top side of Lee Jeffries. Something is awry on the number 75.
Does he have a problem, or did he wait on Burt? It looks like he has a problem. He's off pace. He's got Burt far, far away from him. So right now, Brandon Ward is getting around Lee. Obviously, something is amiss to that car. He was beating on the back bumper of Flying Taco, and I don't know if it's rattled something loose or the handling is gone, but he is dropping like an anchor. Everybody's passing him on the outside.
Here comes the number 4 car of Jason Myers to the top even hard to get around a slower car here. Spini now to the outside as well in that number 10 machine.
Spini getting him around. Lee Jeffries, no problem. We got 10 laps on the board.
Lee Jeffries continues to plummet to the backside of this field. Your leader out front, Brian Lofton. Lofton in the black, blue, and pink, number 23, leading the veteran, Randy Butner. These cars are single file and strung out here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Third place, John Holloman. Fourth place, a great run for the Flying Taco, the 00, who had trouble in the first feature.
Brian Lofton coming around to complete lap 13 on the board of 50. Everybody's settled in here. It's not that long of a race, but it's got some length to it, so everybody's settled in right now, watching everybody's lines. You know, you're going to see cars coming and going, the setup's going.
And here is the battle on the track, buddy. This is the battle on the track. The Flying Taco having an incredible run right now in the 4th position. But knock, 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 who's on the door? It's the showstopper behind that.
Caution's out. We got debris again, it looks like.
Jacques Debris.
Looks like a car got in. I'm not sure who it was. Got in the grass in the south turn, kicked some grass on the track.
Explain that to me. You know, like, here's the thing. This is a great example of having an official, a former starter in this booth with us. That's a great advantage to us because you know the inner workings here at Bowman Gray Stadium. So when grass gets moved up on the track, people go, what the heck are we throwing a caution for? But explain why that happens.
So if a car ends up going in the infield and kicking dirt or grass up on the track, you want a clean surface here for your superstars. You don't want to tear up equipment here if we can prevent it. So Jimmy Brown, the best track crew here in America, talks to the officials. If he sees a car in there, if an official sees a car, kicks some dirt up on the track, they relay the message to the tower. The tower relays the message to Jimmy. Jimmy, how you feel about it? 90% of the time, Jimmy's going to say, we can't live with it. Put it out. Put it out. Tower tells the flagman, put it out. We're under caution. It doesn't take long for them to blow the dirt and grass off. And we're back under green. And
hey, there we are. We're in the booth right now at Bowman Gray Stadium. My favorite place on God's green earth, and I'm here with some great friends, Justin Mincy, Jeff Bunton alongside me here in the booth. That's who you hear, as well as Matt Strickert, who I knew since he was an intern at Turner Sports, and now he's does some great stuff here at NASCAR. Now he's like my boss. Goes from intern to my boss. What happened to my career trajectory, folks? At least I'm calling races here at the greatest racetrack in America. And if you don't think so, get your butt down to Winston-Salem and find out for yourself.
a little nugget here of information.
Yeah, down or up, depending on over.
some cool information here that's pretty neat is.
Oh, it's got to be a good Justin.
You see Brian Lofton
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You see Brian Lofton there. His son, Carson, that you were just talking about, that hot shoe right now in the Southern Modified Series, is Brian Lofton's spotter.
Yeah, so the third generation driver's on the radio tonight. And I heard a few weeks ago that Carson spots for him, but Brian really doesn't like him, talking that much to him.
No, Brian does not like talking on the radio at all.
He's a dad. Us dads, it's Father's Day weekend, but us dads kind of think we know it all.
Yeah, well, it might be that. Might just be. Brian doesn't like anybody talking on the radio. He likes to just be told clear, and he's got it from there.
There's no idle chit-chat. Cone coming up.
Oh, we got Cone, and I'm telling you, these Cone restarts, they end up delivering the entertainment that creates what's called the Madhouse, some drama. You're going to see some double foul. Let's see if Randy Butner picks the outside, if it's handling well.
Oh, Randy Butner goes to the top. Look at this. I love it.
He's taking a chance here. He's not.
Team cars on the bottom. The Flying Taco chooses the top two.
Flying Taco goes
Oh,
up
my
high.
gosh.
He feels like he's got a piece that can make the outside work.
He's feeling a little saucy tonight.
Some Taco Bell hot sauce?
No, he's way better than Taco Bell. Come on,
yeah?
dude. This is like, I'm talking real taco, man. This is our guy here. All right. Let's get you set. 15 laps on the board of this 50-lap road bar and grill twin 50s tonight. Green flag is out of the north turn. Side by side, Butner to the outside.
Brian Lofton pushes Butner up high a little bit to set him up to get clear of Randy Butner. And right now we've got Brian Lofton sitting up front. Randy Butner sandwiched between Holloman cars. Sitting in second, Mr. Nice Guy. We got Showstopper beating on the back bumper of Holloman, sitting in fourth place.
Tim Brown back there side by side to the outside of Jason Myers. That's the big battle on the track. The orange number 83 stuck in the outside. Now he follows down to the bottom. Danny Probst is sitting in the 5th position right now, and he has got Brandon Ward all over him.
18 laps completed. Brian Lofton, Randy Butner's got about a car length in between them and 3rd place. Holloman's car not handling as well as Brian Lofton's. Oh, the taco goes around. Flying taco goes around. It causes Slate Myers to.
Oh, Jeffries goes around.
Jeffries goes around again.
Slate, oh, the rookies are involved. Riley Neal and Slate Myers are also involved.
Both rookies. Not good. Not good for them tonight.
That's a rookie meeting. The rookie meeting is right there. You know, speaking of rookies, it's tough to not see Jordan Fleming out there. Right now, he had such a great start to this season. The Mount Airy driver and the number 13 not out here tonight. Well noted that he is not out here tonight, and that's tough to see because you want to talk about talented rookies in this field. Jordan Fleming is one of them, but hey, that was the rookie meeting. Hey, Sparks now coming out of the backside of Slate Myers' car, the rookie, as he pulls away from that mess.
Slate Myers has a right front down. They'll take it in there. They'll get it replaced.
Let's look at the Flow Racing replay here. I was keeping my eyes on the taco, and there he goes. He got in just a little too hot.
And here comes the rest of the field. Looks like Slate didn't hit the brake just in time. Gets into the back of Lee. Oh my gosh, that's son got into Lee and Dad got into Lee tonight.
Oh, well, I know what family's not getting a Christmas card.
Not that one.
Nope, probably not.
But Matt Garrison brings the cone out.
Cone time. I love cone time. These restarts are electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Wow. Matthew went there.
Why not? It's a great song,
Randy Butner
man.
thinks
You don't like a little disco?
Absolutely.
A little funk?
Randy Butner thinks his car is still
I love
got
it.
something underneath. He takes the high side to Showstopper.
I don't care how old Randy Butner is, and how much of an established veteran he is. He is a dang racer, bottom line. And that just shows it right there, taking to the outside.
He's a tough driver. He's one of the toughest drivers here at Bowman Gray Stadium, that's for sure. But let's see if he keeps the Mr. Nice Guy gimmick.
Well, to his backside will be the showstopper on the outside. Team cars, the Holloman team on the bottom here as we come to the green. It'll trip the scoreboard at lap 20. Green flag is back out. Lofton with his team car, Holloman on his bumper. Can Randy Butner file in? Now he tries to do so. Holloman fills the hole going into the north turn.
Randy Butner is hung out on the high side. He took the outside cone, taking that risk, and right now he brings it back down, tries to bring it down behind Holloman, but he gets pushed from behind by the showstopper. Cannot keep it on the bottom.
Right now, Burt Myers takes advantage. Now here comes Fleming, the black 16 to the bottom. Butner is fading back fast. It's a tough way to get around Bowman Gray on the outside, and this is proof.
That is the chance you have to take, taking the cone.
Yep.
You could be a hero or zero. Right now, Randy Butner, Mr. Nice Guy, is zero. He might get behind Mike Speeney here as Tim Brown, the Rocket, all-time winningest driver here, may not let him in, and he keeps him out on the high side.
That's what you got to do, okay? If you see somebody's hung up there, sorry, no hurt feelings, but I'm coming in. Now let's reset. Brian Lofton is your leader. John Holloman, the 4th, is in 2nd position. Brandon Ward up to the 3rd position. Burt Myers, 4th. 5th for Chris Fleming. 24 laps on the board.
Coming back around, Brian Lofton, that pink and black Holloman car is going to see the cross flag out halfway.
X Factor, halfway. Love that flag. I love the flag, man. You know, like at racetracks, and you know, the X flag, the halfway is one of my favorites.
That's when the dial gets turned up. That's when the excitement gets turned up. Everybody sees us halfway. You got spotters, crew members coming on the radio. It's go time. We got to go.
Okay, now if I'm Brian Lofton in that 23 car in the lead, I'm breathing a little right now because the madness of that restart is over, and I have my teammate in 2nd place. I'm not saying he's playing blocker, you know, like Brad Lewis. You know, I kind of alluded to the other week that him being in 2nd place to Emily Lewis, his daughter, was, hey, Dad can block a little for him. Not saying they are blocking for each other, but there's a little bit of built-in comfort knowing that you're in the lead and you don't have a hostile competitor behind you. You have a competitor that is your teammate. Yellow flag is out.
We got the caution out. It looked like Lee Jeffries was off the pace again. They're not sure if something maybe came out of the 75 car. He slowed up pretty abrupt, and he's starting to pull up as we can get a shot on the 75. He is pulling up to pit. Now, right here.
Something's wrong with that car,
Definitely something went south on that car.
I wonder if it was electrical, because you saw the car, you know, we've seen the car tonight, you know, have moments of brilliance, and we've seen the thing just, like, plummet. So I'm wondering if possibly if something maybe electrical or something is going on.
We can't tell if it was going to be a good car tonight or not. He was taken out the first lap, so we don't know if maybe that played a factor, because he did push up on the first initial start of tonight's first 50-lapper. So it wasn't handling right off the bat. And now you have him coming off the pace randomly. It makes you wonder. It's a tough break for Lee Jeffries, winner of last week's first 25-lapper. So again, 0 to 0. You're going to see that here at the Madhouse. This place is a different animal. You could be on top, as you see Lee Jeffries is back out. The crew assessed what was going on. I hope they got it fixed for him. But this place is a different animal. You could be on top of the mountain.
Choose cone.
As the choose cone comes out, you can be on top of the mountain, and then it can knock you down and bite on the way down. And look, you talked about teammates earlier, about blocking and stuff. Let me tell you something. John Holloman, he doesn't run the whole season here. He's out of town. He lives out of town now. I'm not going to travel that many miles just to play blocker. I don't care if you're my teammate or not. So I'm thinking John Holman's thinking the same thing. He's here to win.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's coming from Tennessee, all the way from Tennessee, where he and his family have just moved. And like, you know, he's not coming to run second.
I'm not coming to run second all the way from Tennessee. As they come around and take the green flag, good, clean start.
The modifieds go thundering through the south turn. Brandon Ward now trying to fill the hole. Side by side they go. Side by side right behind them, too. The showstopper and the ace. This is some great action here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Give the second spot to Brandon Ward. Holloman closes off the hole. Burt Myers charging hard on the outside. He now rockets to the outside of John Holloman through the north turn.
Brian Lofton completes the 32, and he might have touched the can opener there that points out from the beer garden. But he's still hanging tough on the outside. Anybody that can get the outside running here at Bowman Gray Stadium is the ace, Burt Myers, and he's showing it right now, but he's trying to hang on. Mike Speeney is below him. Mike Speeney is not going to be easy to pass on the outside. He's going to make it tough.
Oh, they
can
get
make
together.
Contact. Both Myerses.
The brothers Myers crash here at Bowman Gray Stadium. The fans are on their feet as the ace goes to the infield grass. Jason Myers is spun. So is Danny Probst, the Flying Taco. Drama unfolding here in the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division.
Mike Speeney, as I was saying, is not going to make it easy for Burt Myers to get around on the outside. Burt Myers was hanging tough on the outside. Like I said, he's the only one, about the only one that can get it done on the outside. But Mike Speeney, him touch wheels, and that's the downfall of these open wheel as we see the replay here.
Let's watch the replay. Your points leader, Burt Myers, a 3-time winner so far on the outside, gets a little loose. He got a little loose getting to the throttle there on the outside. Remember, folks, when you're on the outside, the rubber isn't up there, okay? The rubber is not up there. A lot of times there's debris, pebbles, marbles, you know, from the, when I say marbles, it's not real marbles like we're playing jacks here. This is marbles from the tires. So the tires, when they start to chunk up a little bit, they throw these little bits of rubber out on the track and they get up out of the groove. So Myers right there possibly could have gotten those right side tires on it. When he got to the throttle, the car just whipped around on him.
It definitely whipped around, and that's the disadvantage of having open wheels and a tight track like Bowman Gray is, and they end up touching wheels. It's, you know, it's nobody's fault here. It's good, tight racing. That's racing here at the Madhouse. And right now, Burt's got a comfortable point lead. So if his car is still got the setup underneath, which is showing some sparks as he goes back and forth, we'll come back around as you see Jimmy Brown giving it 2 to go. Matt Garrison has put the cone out. So now we're going to see if Brandon Ward feels like he's got a good car under him.
There is the choose right there. the choose right there. Brennan Ward goes to the outside. So does the 16, but there is the 83. 16th starting spot, all the way up now to the 6th position.
Could Tim Brown make another historic moment here and
win 100?
Not be the all-time winningest driver, but also win both 50-lap races?
That would be something else, especially in the twin 50s. Going back to green, they're not going.
They're not giving this one.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a veteran start of cat and mouse games right there. You see, when I was a kid, I'd watch TV and you watch Tom and Jerry. That was some Tom and Jerry right there.
Kyle Southern has an issue. He's pulling it in the infield. He's going to pull it behind the field house, it looks like. Kyle Southern in that Eleanor number 9. Now we should
Kyle Southern in the number 9 machine. I'll tell you what, Kyle Southern last week finishing second, his best career modified finish, but right now he's going back behind the field house.
Tim Brown is the last driver to win both races back on 8/11/18.
Oh, August 11th, 2018. Great stat. Coming in from the top rope, it's Justin Mincy. We're blessed to have Mincy up here. He doesn't have to be up here, but there's nobody that loves Bowman Gray Stadium more than my good friend Justin Mincy, our good friend Justin Mincy. And wow, that's a good one right there. You know, Tim Brown, can he make history? You just said it before, JB. You know, he's the last one really to do that.
I'm telling you, Tim Brown still has a lot in the tank, I believe. He can still take out records that's ahead of him. I do believe that. But let me tell you something. Burt Myers and the rest of this gang here is going to make it real tough. As you can see here,
this night's come unravel, dude.
As we can see here, we've got more Speedy Dry on the track. The track's going to be different when we go back under green. It looks like the 9 put down fluid. So his night might be over. But Jimmy Brown will assess this here. He will not give the field 1 to go until he feels comfortable. And that's going to be tough there going into 3.
Oh, that's an entry. That's the shallow entry line going into turn 3. That's going to be tough right there. You see Jimmy and the track crew doing their very best to get the Speedy Dry, the kitty litter, as I like to say, applied down to the track, then getting kind of off as well. There is the number 1. Hey, if there's been a night there where there's chinks in the armor, tonight has been that night for the driver of the Citrus Safe Peanut Patch number 1. He's been darn near perfect this year. 3 wins, dominating in the point standings. But tonight, he's seen trouble. He's seen trouble multiple times. And Burt Myers, well, tonight's not been a Burt Myers night.
They're not making it easy on him, but again, if he's still got the setup underneath him that he came out here with, and that didn't cause any type of damage or anything, he should be fine. He's got a comfortable points lead.
Double file restarts too can be a huge help.
Oh, it can help, but it also can bite you.
You saw that so much, Laura. You pointed it out with Randy Buntner. He went from, okay, yeah, I'm going to go to the top here and give it a whirl, and he couldn't get down behind the leader. And boy, oh boy, it was like he had 6 cinder blocks strapped to the top of that number 5 car as he went backwards fast.
He dropped the anchor, that's for sure. Now, somebody that has taken advantage of this cone restart is that Brandon Ward sitting second in the hot seat. He used that to his advantage. He's worked his way up to second spot. And these restarts, I'm telling you, if he takes the cone again, when we get 1 to go,
he's going to go to the outside.
Him and Brian, they're good friends off the track, but they're fierce competitors when they're on the track, and they will play mind games with each other.
Yes, they will. This will be interesting. I love the decision making of a choose cone restart. You know, and it's not just the leader and the second place guy, because you know it goes further back. You know, people ignore what's the 7th place guy going to do? Well, he might move up to 4th. Okay, you know, that's what's interesting here with these choose cone restarts, and it really produces drama here at Bowman Gray. Not artificially, naturally.
When I used to put that cone out, I used to watch incidents that happen with, if someone happened to take the other guy out, that other guy ends up, it depends on the field, that other guy ends up taking the cone and pulling right up beside the guy that takes him out and says, hi, me again. That's happened numerous times here at the Madhouse. As we see the cone, Matt Garrison brings it out as the field gets 1 to go. Brandon Ward takes that high spot, that outside of Brian Lofton. So this is going to be another interesting restart. Brandon Ward feels like that Q104 car, New Day Motorsports, is handling better than Brian's. So they're going to show some muscle here.
Two drivers that raced together in the NASCAR Goodies Dash Series now are side by side, coming to lap 35 for the modifieds. Green flag is out. Good start for Brandon Ward, but the 23 washes up and moves him up a bit.
Brandon
Contact! Contact!
Oh, no,
the
the
leader
top
goes
three.
around! The top two cars have spun! John Holloman slides through the grass and takes the lead as the yellow flag waves.
John Holloman and Brian Lofton just went for a ride, and John Holloman comes out on top. Brian Lofton goes back to third. The Q104 car, Brandon Ward, looks like he got the bad end of the stick. Oh my gosh, simultaneously they spun. Someone got into somebody. The track was clear of fluid.
Yep, that was good hard racing there, and it looked like Holloman dove in there, and the 69 came down and tried to close up that real estate they made. Let's see. This will not lie.
As you can see, they're already spinning there, so we'll go back and see what happened.
Here we go. Here we go. Here comes Holloman to the inside, and you can't see it right there.
It looks
on
like
the regular top cam, we were on it, though.
Looks like Holloman, from that vantage point, looks like Holloman dove it in there underneath the Q104 car, gets into him, pushes his...
Here it is. Here it is right here. The top cam was on it. I knew it. There you go. Holloman gets in there, contact.
My gosh.
But Brian Lofton went around on his own. Their leader, Brian Lofton, went around on his own. So many things were happening there, it was hard to keep track. Now the cone is out. Your leader, John Holloman, and to the outside, the man who made history, Tim Brown, from 16th position to the 2nd position to the outside. Oh boy, if you're watching live on Flow Racing, this right here has to leave you flabbergasted.
35 laps on the board. The Madhouse Maniacs are on their feet. They're witnessing history tonight as the Rocket Tim Brown. Call your folks, call your parents, call your brothers and sisters. Tell them to turn it on Flow Racing.
15 laps to go as we come to the green. Holloman gets the lead. Tim Brown tucks into the 2nd position. Brian Lofton now in the 3rd position. Side by side behind them. On the outside, it's a showstopper. Mike Speeney on the inside in the tan. Number 10, they're side by side. Here comes Burt Myers trying to get back into the fray. Myers makes contact with Fleming.
Burt Myers is still up there battling with Chris Fleming, the showstopper. Chris Fleming gets pushed up a little bit by Burt. Chris Fleming is up in the marbles. You just spoke about that. Oh, he's going to miss the can opener. He does.
Oh, and at the lead, the leaders are together. Tim Brown has spun. Tim Brown has spun. Tim Brown has spun. They've lost their mind at the Madhouse. The fans are going banana lands here.
Brian Lofton gets in the back of Tim Brown coming off of turn 2. If you're getting into the driver in front of you coming off the corner, you're quicker. I'm not sure if John Holloman put the brakes on Tim coming off or not. I'm sure he was on the loud pedal. But as soon as the cameras got on to Tim Brown, he's coming off the nose of Brian Lofton.
And we're going to have a quickie caution here. Oh, my gosh. Can we catch our breath? I don't know if we can catch our breath here. Everything's happening. Donuts are flying in here with Zach. The little donuts. And now we're going to look at the replay. We've lost our mind here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Contact right there. Little bit of an accordion polka effect right there caused that incident.
Oh, man. Look like
Polka,
Tim.
polka, polka.
Polka, polka, polka. John Candy and Home Alone. I love that guy. So, look, you had John Holloman that gave an opening for Tim Brown. Tim Brown's going to take it. He's trying to make more history tonight. John Holloman shuts the door on him, puts the brakes on him a little bit, didn't like him getting shoved. Brian Lofton's not going to get out of the loud pedal, turns Tim Brown. As we come around here, 38 laps on the board. Both Holloman cars back up front. Lofton is not giving up. He's seen some action. They come around and see the green flag. Holloman gets a good jump on Brian Lofton. Burt Myers on the outside trying to hang on to it. He gives a challenge to Brian Lofton. He's trying to clear Brian Lofton going into 2.
Burt Myers was in the penthouse, then he was in the outhouse. Now he's back to the penthouse.
He made the outside work, brother, and he is in 2nd spot, and he's not going to give Holloman any slack here. He's going to turn up the heat. That one car in that 69 has got some history, brother.
10 laps to go. The battle is on here at Bowman Gray Stadium. The fans are on their feet. Here comes the ace. His nemesis broke records tonight. Now he's looking to get to win 96 here at the Madhouse. Battles all over the place right now.
41 laps on the board. Mike Speeney's not making it easy on Brian Lofton. He's hitting him coming off the corner. Brian Lofton gets a little bit sideways going into three. Mike Speeney gets into him. Brian, the veteran driver he is, holds on to it.
What a save right there. Unbelievable driving, and now the battle is on up front. Holloman has a bumper, back bumper, I-beam full of the famous orange front bumper of the ace, Burt Myers. Myers looks to the outside now, puts the power down the backstretch.
Right now, you got 43 laps on the board. Burt Myers, he might be saving his stuff for when it counts, when there's one lap on the board.
It's amazing watching him throw the car into the corner, just so slightly grazing the back bumper of John Holloman, the North Carolina native that grew up just down the road on Sprague Street. Now living in Tennessee, holding on to this lead right now. 5 to go, coming to 4 to go.
4 laps to go this time by.
Whoa,
it's an old
here comes
school
Speedy.
field. It's an old school field. We got a little bit of less lighting here. We got a row of lights out in turn 3.
3-car
Not
race
much
here.
light. We got the 69 and the 1 battling like old times. Madhouse Maniacs are on their feet.
It's like we're watching Junior Miller and Burt Myers again, but welcome to the party. Mike Speeney, the number 10, is closing. He's closing fast. 3 laps to go. Can Holloman hang on?
Mike Speeney got that Army color. He's here to do battle as he sees.
Oh, the bumper from Burt Myers.
The top 3, you can put a blanket over him right now. They'll come back around to see the white flag. Can Holloman hold on to it? He's got Mike Speeney and Burt Myers coming down to the tailpipe.
Holloman right now looks like he's Lawrence Taylor with the New York Giants playing defense. Side by side for the white flag. Holloman blocks low. Burt gets into him. Holloman with the save of the night. Holloman hangs on. Now down the backstretch. One more time into the north turn. The north turn nudge from Burt Myers, but no. John Holloman returns to Bowman Gray Stadium victory lane. A barn burner. A barn burner.
It's mania here, brother. Let me tell you something. The Madhouse Maniacs are going nuts. Old school, 69 versus the 1.
Oh, you said it right there. Nostalgia tonight. The 69, the 1, history in this, history in the first Twin 25. That's what the Madhouse is all about.
You speak of nostalgia, this place overflows with nostalgia. I know our good friend Freddie Kraft is vomiting with the nostalgia now, as he did see, just like the Madhouse Maniacs.
Hey, that was side-by-side racing, baby.
Side-by-side racing.
The fans are saluting the driver of the number 69. John Holloman is your winner for tonight's second Thunder Road Bar and Grill 50-lapper. John Holloman, career modified win number 5 for the driver that now hails with his family, his young family, in the state of Tennessee.
Did you get your breath yet?
I haven't breathed in like 7 laps. Are you kidding me?
That's what the Madhouse is all about.
Banana lands.
Not one person is sitting in this place.
I am
They're
now.
going nuts. You can sit. I can't
Whew,
sit.
I need a pep. I need a sun drop.
This is what the Madhouse is all about. Holloman's
I need a donut.
Holloman's 5th career modified win gives him 26 career wins,
Wow.
which ties Curtis Turner.
You're talking a kid that grew up on Sprague Street, right down the road. Let's watch this replay. Here it is. Burt Myers to the bottom. Holloman blocks low. What a save through the grass. Earnhardt had the pass in the grass. That was the save in the grass, and a save of a lifetime. He will be watching that replay over and over again. Maybe he's in a nursing home someday when he's 80. That's going to be a memory that they'll never forget.
That is definitely the moment of the season so far, and let me tell you something. I can't wait to hear this interview. Let's put it down to Randy Pulliam.
Here he comes, folks. John Holloman picks up the win. And there he is to that Superman pose. Superman is back. John, let's take a look up here at our folks with Flow Racing. The folks around the country can see you. What a race. In a little bit of everything, you held them out. That was an excellent piece of driving there on that last lap.
Man, I hope them boys got life insurance because we just killed them. I withstood so many challenges. I challenged so many of the greats around here. Brian Lofton, man, he's the only reason that I'm even here. He's the brains behind the operation. Justin Link, Carson Lofton. Man, most importantly, I got to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You know, without him, we wouldn't be here, none of us. I really commended Jonathan Brown's speech the other week, and I definitely want to echo that. I think that's awesome. I respect the heck out of that. But, man, I got to thank all my sponsors, Black Sand Company, a long crew. Man, I'm forgetting people. I'm so excited right now. Vector Security, Parkway Automotive. I want to shout out to my wife, my little boy at home right now, back in Tennessee. I love you. Hope you're watching. Just want to shout out my dad, grandfather. Happy Father's Day. First time I've won on Father's Day being a father myself. So, man, this is awesome.
John, I know it's good for Superman to be back. It's been almost 2 years to the day since your last win, win number 5. Your 4th win came in June 18th of 2022. It's got to feel great to be back.
I just want to let everybody know we ain't forgot how to do this.
John Holloman, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the second 50-lap event.
Well, we said Burt Myers had some chinks in his armor, and tonight it came in the form of kryptonite, but from Superman, John Holloman. He flashes the big S. Superman has done it. Carson Lofton gives him a hug. The crew celebrates a win for the ages at Bowman Gray Stadium. We'll be back because the Street Stock Spectacular is next.